it. Nice job, Matt. Nice pass. Oh. Oh.
So for me, I've been a midfielder all my life, and this year I've actually just moved to attack, so it's kind of been new for me, trying to learn the new attack skills and all that stuff. I've kind of relearned all the plays, which has been a little challenging, but I think we finally found the offense that meshes, and we have a good idea of where we're at with that. So I think that was the important thing in just getting on the field and playing against other teams.
Matt started out last spring, came in, worked really hard, was starting to become a contributing. He was taking face-offs for us. He was a valued member of our midfield. He was playing first and second line midfield. It really added some depth to our team. And then we went to John Stark, and just a fluky thing where he won a face-off, but a guy came over, clamped down on his hands, sort of probably at least somewhat fractured his bone at that point, and then Matt went to scoop up a ground ball and his wrist just, kid slashed him and his wrist just collapsed, and we kind of knew, we were hoping for the best, but we kind of knew that it was pretty bad, and so lost him for the majority of the season.
So I've had this injury for about 3 years now. I've had to skip seasons. And in between my injury, I've broken my arm. I broke my arm last year, so I didn't get to play at all last year, really. So I've been dealing with this injury. It's benefited my athletic capabilities a lot, whether because it's my feet and I just can't run as fast or dodge as fast. And if I had to miss a lot of practice, I don't warm up before any games, and I take like 45 minutes before practice just to go through a stretching routine. And like 3 days a week I'm at PT, so it's been a total pain. So yeah, going into the season, I had no idea if I was even going to play whatsoever. Even the first game, I didn't play like at all really. But I think I've kind of like found a position on the field where I'm playing crease, and I've been doing pretty well at it, I like to think. So I mean, it's been a good transition. Still nowhere near healthy. So I couldn't play midfield right now or anything and run up and down the field. But I've taken some Advil before games, and I have these lidocaine patches that kind of numb my feet. So we have everything going at it right now. I think I'll be getting surgery this summer too, again. So yeah, it's still a long fight, but we're working through it.
Really, gritting it out and playing really, really well. One of the leading scorers on our team right now. Doing what he can, filling a role in attack that we've needed for this season, and he's playing with a lot of confidence. I'd say he's one of the better shooters on our team, has a high IQ level, and we're just every day of practice we're just seeing what we can get out of him. Can you give us half an hour? Can you give us an hour? Some days it's more, and but every day every time we've had a game he's shown up, and he's been a real spark.
Pretty much stepped into my older role playing the crease, so he's doing a great job. Get his hands free. making the cuts that he needs to make, and he's finishing the ball, which is most important. So that's huge for the team.
That's a kid who's gone 0 to 100 very, very quickly, and I'm super happy with all his production. And that's a kid who, again, he has put in a ton of work outside. He works out all the time outside of practice, outside of school, and he's had his health problems with various injuries, but he's battled back as hard as anyone else, and he's looking very good out on the field. I'm super happy that he's back, and he's a kid that I've known since I was. And me and him both live in Hollis, so I've known him since elementary school. So I've seen him grow up. We've grown up together, so it's really nice to see him on the field and playing with him.
They're always looking out for me, asking how I'm doing. Even in just school, they're like, sometimes they just walk into my class and say, "Weimer, how's the feet?" I'm like, "They're not great, but thanks for asking." So they've been there the whole time with me. They know where I'm at.
I think they react so well because of the type of kid that Matt is. They know the work ethic that he's had off the field. He's also one of our brightest kids on the team as far as academics go. He's a straight A student, taking honors classes, AP classes. He's got a 4.0. We've nominated him for Academic All-American this year, and so far the way he's playing, I think he's on track for it. I think so that starts to build the respect, and then they know that he's put in the effort to be the best lacrosse player he can be. And so the guys just want to see him out there. They genuinely want to see, when a kid works that hard, your teammates are supportive. They want to see him on the field. So it's not like, well, how come Matt doesn't have to practice today? It's more like knowing that if Matt could be out there, he would be out there with the team. And the kids really want to see him because they know what he can do for our team when he's
Feels
healthy.
great. I haven't really been able to contribute much to this team. I just kind of sat on the bench and watched them win championships, but now it feels great to be part of that whole rush. Get in the huddle before a game and say a quick little prayer, which is fun. And just feel like I'm a part of it now, which has been really great for me.
Let's go. Kyle! Let's spot out!
Last season, I did a good amount of face-off work. I mean, I wasn't the starter, but there was a couple of games where I played a lot. I took a lot of face-offs, and I mean, I tried to work hard in the off-season. I went to see Tim Fellon at NESD Lax. I saw him a lot, pretty often. I tried to go there once a week. I mean, I worked hard in the off-season so I could try to be a big component of the varsity team this year for face-offs.
I mean, Connor, I'm super impressed with him. Every day he comes to practice, he puts in his work, he gets his extra reps. He goes to private sessions with different face-off specialists, and that kid always gives 110% effort every time he's on the field. Doesn't matter what the score is. And one thing I'm super happy about is that he's kind of lifted a little bit of weight off my shoulders as well. Coming to the season, I wasn't exactly sure how many face-offs I would be able to take, and we were kind of looking for somebody to step up, and Connor did exactly that, and that's super helpful for me, and I'm super grateful for that.
It's huge to have Fogo, especially for our team, which we don't have a lot of face-off depth. We have kids who can take them, but with somebody who specializes like that, it's great for our team and helps us for years to come.
It was great to try to, definitely learn different techniques. I mean, just even watching him, like, he's crazy. He's really fast. He's really strong. He's really tough to go against. But that game, I mean, it also helped me figure out what I need to work on, what I can improve on. I mean, definitely just strength. I mean, I've been working in the off season. I need to work a lot more though. Just be able to power over guys, like get through the ball. I mean, I think there was one face off that game where I got the clamp and then Cole just completely overpowered me and he just beat me to the ball. I mean, that's just what I need to work on a lot. And then there's always speed, which it takes practice.
Our close defense unit, Max, Jacob, and Alex, it's been
the same unit from last year, so that's always been a really strong core. But with regards to like the defensive middies who have been working around them, it's been a little bit different this year. Myself, Henry Howe, Will Mancini, we've really kind of had to step up and fill those shoes. And particularly for me, I was kind of thrown into the man down unit, which was something that was new for me, but it's something that I had a knack for right when they threw me in, and it's been surprisingly not easy, but it's been working really well. We've been meshing really well. It seems like for whatever reason the group that we put out there works well together, and as you can see from our, I don't know if they have a statistic on it, but our like conversions from like a man down or how many times we kill a penalty, it's phenomenal. I don't think we've been maybe scoring like once or twice this season. And particularly, I know this is like, no one really cares about this, but when we play 2 men down, this doesn't happen very often. When it's like 4 of us against 6 others, we've never been scoring on before. So that's something that we're super proud of, and it's a little fun thing.
Tony, he started taking his workouts a lot more seriously this off season than last off season, and we started to see a lot of growth in Antonio last season, but the opportunities weren't so much there because we had more depth. But he stepped right into a crucial role at that D transition midi spot, and now he's playing a lot of offense even too, which is super helpful for us, gives guys a break, and he's looking like a really good athlete on the field, and I'm having a great time playing with him.
Tony, coming into the season, we were looking for him to step up from other years. He's an experienced kid. He's a senior this year. Looking for him to take on a role of being a D midi. He's probably one of the smartest guys on the team too. He knows the offense really well. He can run any of our different sets. He's a really good teacher too. So that's what we were kind of looking for him to do this year, is take on the role of not only helping on the defensive end, but being one of the guys that can help the underclassmen that we're going to need to step up this year, that have stepped up so far this year too.
Henry has definitely been way better than he has in the past, way more consistent, which I love. We needed him to step in that role, not as much last year. Into this year, though, we really need him, and he's been doing a great job.
Really pleasantly surprised the way he's stepped up. In years past, I think he's kind of taken a back seat a little bit, let other guys do the work, but we told him coming into the season, like, we need you to step up and be this goal scorer that you're capable of being. And again, has a knack for kind of finding a seam in the zone, or beating his guy one-on-one, and you kind of look at him getting off the bus, and you're not real intimidated by this kid, but then he steps on the field, and he's got another gear that he kicks it into, and he's just a really smart player. Protects his stick really well. I mean, other teams test him, but he's risen to the challenge each time. Big week this week, right? We've got Central on Monday, big showdown with Sauhegan on Wednesday, and then we turn around and we play Kingswood, and then the boys have prom. So it's going to be a busy week this week.
New team, they got a new coach, so we're really interested to see what they bring and how they've changed from the past.
We don't know a ton about them. I have a friend on the team, and he says they're looking pretty good, so I'm excited to play them.
I'm good friends with 2 of the guys on the team, Alex Hawkman and Alec Kakavas, and I've talked a little bit to them about how Central's doing, and they're really enjoying kind of like the D2 flow, and because they were playing D1 since their start in high school, and they said the team is coming along. Everyone's kind of buying into it now, so that's something you want to be able to see, and I think we'll have a good game against them because they're playing inspired lacrosse right now, and you never know where that can take you in a game.
I don't know who they played yet, but they're definitely winning more games than they have in the past, so I feel like it should be at least a decent game. They have Alex Hawkman, who I played with since I was in 6th grade, I'm pretty sure, so he's a good player. They got Alec Kakavas to look forward to. He's also a good player, so at least playing them should be very interesting. They got a pretty good goalie, so definitely looking forward to tomorrow's game.
I mean, I'm not really sure. It's I guess you just prepare for the best and do your job, and as a team do what you plan to go out there and do, and hope to win and really make it so that you do win and don't give the other team a chance.
It is kind of that unknown factor for sure. I think the last time we played them was my freshman or sophomore year.
and the team wasn't really a pushover, so to speak. I know all the Manchester schools, they've been in a drought a little bit for some success in their lacrosse programs, but they always give us a hard game. They always give us their best game too. So I expect nothing different this time. I know they got a few talented players, some of which I'm pretty good friends with. So hopefully we'll get that friendly rivalry going on, of course. But they'll give us a great game, and I'm excited for it.
I think it's going to be a team that's going to have more confidence than they've had in the past. It's a team that definitely has some front end talent with Alex Hawcom and Alec Kakabis. They've got Owen McNichols in the goal. They've got some really good players, some players that have played at a high level. So I think they'll walk in here feeling pretty good about being able to match up with us and give us a good game and try and knock us off. So we're expecting a competitive game tomorrow, one that we're going to have to play well to win. And we'd love to get a lot of guys in because there's no JV game tomorrow, but that all depends on how we play. We've got to get, first and foremost, we've got to get a W and keep building that momentum into Wednesday's game there.
As a team this year, we kind of look at everybody the same, and we want to do our best. And even if they're the best team in the state, we're going to come out and put our best foot forward. And if they're the worst team, we're still gonna try, and we're gonna produce, and we're gonna get our offense running. But
Well, Derryfield lacrosse culture, we take every team very seriously, no matter who it is. We play them hard. Maybe we play them hard for a quarter, maybe we play them hard for a half, maybe it's the full game. But we always play hard.
having a turnaround, that's going to be the big thing there. The mental turnaround, after hype, regardless of what happens Wednesday, win or lose, we got to turn around and play another game. And it's a pretty good Kingswood team. They've got good numbers. They're well coached. And you got to deal with that bus ride, but I think the message to the boys is push through. 4 hard days. You get the weekend to go away to prom. We purposely didn't schedule anything so that they can enjoy themselves, stay out and be out with friends. And then, we come back on Sunday and have a practice late on Sunday. So the reward is basically get through this week, play well, and then, you get 3 days to kind of enjoy yourself, a little mini break in the season.
That's how it's gone in the past, at least. People make sure they got their academics in check, and then really start to ramp up. And once we hit like the halfway point, we got the music blasting, buses going a little crazy, getting all hyped up for the game. So we'll definitely be ready.
Usually just throw the headphones on and play some music, but I know a lot of the players take naps, and if I take a nap, I'm too tired for come game time. But I just think about how I want to produce and how I want to lead the team, and how I can get other people involved in the game.
Kingswood it's just far. You kind of fall asleep after 4 days of school. It's pretty busy here around this time of year. You're all tired. You have prom the next day, so you're all thinking about that. Then you get on an hour and 30-minute bus ride up to Kingswood, and you step off the bus and you have bus legs and you have no idea what's about to happen. So I don't know. It's kind of just like we have to treat it with the same excitement that we treat all of our games.
For me, listening to music is really what keeps me going. But bus legs, car legs, it definitely can affect teams. And walking off the bus, we always say to the players and the other guys on the team, don't let that hour and a half bus ride get in your way. Take advantage of the stretch, take advantage of the run, get yourself ready to play this game. And it can be tough sometimes, especially with certain opponents.
You can't peak too early mentally, getting ready for the game, or else you're gonna be burned out come game time. And if you go too late, you're gonna be late in the game. So that bus ride, take a nap, can't take too long of one or else you're going to be groggy. I'll probably take a nice 15-20 minute nap, get some food, listen to some music, talk with the team. Just don't want to get the adrenaline levels up too early against a good team like Kingswood.
Had practice early in the morning, and I hope it's always fun. Pat brings breakfast, he cooks us pancakes, but hopefully we do it again so that we can have the day after school off. And then we're gonna have to have a talk with the team, just being safe and doing what they think is best and not being stupid after the dance or during the dance. But I trust our team to make the right decisions, and I trust the other captains to keep everybody under control.
I don't worry too much about it. I mean, if I worried about it, it could be any. Obviously with prom, the temptation is bigger there for something to happen, right? With after prom parties and something like that, but. That temptation's there every weekend. If the kids are focused and they understand what we're trying to do as a team, I really don't worry about it. And this group does. I'm confident that they will make good decisions. They'll have fun with their friends. They're going to stay up late. They're gonna enjoy themselves. But they're not going to do stupid things that are going to jeopardize the season. I really believe that because I know how much hard work they've put into it. And we talk all the time. Why do something like that when you've got the rest of your life to do things when you are legally able to do stuff, when you're able to drink and do things like that? Don't throw it away for one night. We've worked way too hard. We've invested too much into it. So no, I'm not worried. We've got great leadership, and actually I was talking to the guys in the hallway, and that was their thing, is they were going to have a talk with all the underclassmen and say, look out for each other, make sure you've got each other's backs, and make good decisions. So I think we're in good hands.
All the guys on the team now, they know what Derryfield Lacrosse is about, and no one wants to let each other down. Doing something stupid at prom, after prom, anything like that, because you carry a large weight. One of our guys gets into some trouble, then it hurts the whole team, and no one wants to do that to the team. Prom is probably one of my favorite weekends of the year. This is gonna be my 3rd year going. Love getting on the dance floor.